I found it hard to think of one story for this theme because I feel like I'm quite good at perspective when I experience things. Like I always think of the other side of it, or look back on things as like, oh, I've grown from that, that's why it happened. Like always think of it as a positive thing. So I could think of many things, but I thought I'd tell you a funny story. And of course it's about performing. So I did Charlie, the Chocolate Factory, and part of that was being an Oompa Loompa. So what we had to wear was basically, oh, I miss it so much. So we had to wear basically a black, complete bodysuit with like everything black, you can see our bodies. And then orange eyebrows, like we had to paint them on every night, and then a big orange wig. And at the start it was like, oh my god, what are we doing? But then you just see everyone as Oompa Loompa all the time and you get used to it. So all of Act 2 I was an Oompa Loompa, and this is my first professional show ever, so I took it very seriously, and I had 2 solo lines in the second act as an Oompa Loompa. So the first one goes, for though your tour is at an end, and it's when Augustus is dying, like getting sucked down the chocolate fountain, and then the second one is like later on in a random Oompa Loompa chorus number. So I was really excited to get these solos, these like 10-second lines, and obviously in your first show, if you get sick, the first time calling off sick, you just don't want to. Like, it's still a thing, even if you have been in the industry for ages. Calling off sick is something you don't want to do. Like, you don't want to seem like you're letting everyone down, but obviously you don't want to give everyone the sickness. And so I was feeling a little tickle in my throat that week. I was like, what's going on? I didn't want to pull out. And also the musical director for the show is someone, her name's Kelly Dickerson. She's like the highest of the high MDs in Australia, and it was so cool to work with her. Anyway, so I was feeling a little tickle in my throat. It just makes me laugh, this story. And so what happens is, I'll act it out for you. So we come on this like cart that comes onto stage, like we're all lined up as Oompa Loompas, like on our knees. You just have these little bodies, puppet bodies, and we're going up and down like this, coming on the stage. And then we're singing the song. It's like, how's it going? The Augustus Gloop song. Oh wait, Oompa Loompa doopity doo, you know, that classic Oompa Loompa song. And then it gets time to my solo. Everything seems fine, and then I open my mouth, and I kid you not, like there's literally like 2,000 people in the audience, and this is what I sound like. For though your tour is at an end. Like, it was probably worse than that. Like, it was so bad because phlegm just covered my cords, and I had no control over it. And I remember the MD just being like, what the hell? Like, conducting, and everyone on stage, like, could not stop laughing, and we struggled to continue with the number. Like, there was still like 2 minutes left, and everyone was laughing, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get fired. I've cracked on this 2-second solo line, I'm gonna get fired. And anyway, it was hilarious. Like, looking back, it was very funny, but in the moment I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Like, I was so sad. And then I went to the MD after. I was like, I just have to say, I'm so sorry about what happened. She's like, oh no, it's fine. Like, I hope you're okay. I hope you're feeling. And I was like, okay. So it's fine. You should have just called out sick because you were feeling sick. Like, anyway, that's my looking back on the perspective is that just call out sick if you're sick. Don't push on because that will happen, and then you just feel embarrassed. And yeah, don't stuff up the Oompa Loompa number. That's the end of the story. So yeah, there we go.